Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland.
Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive.
Leading them out, a 2-year starter at Ohio State and second overall pick in the draft, C.J. Stroud.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Jadeveon Clowney wants a member of these Texans there on the stop.
As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who have stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
On first down, here's Stroud.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Stroud on third down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that third and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those third down conversions are going to be huge in this one. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. First carry now for Justice Hill. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 good yards here on the run, and now third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing is Jackson.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2 from the 38 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. On the option right is Jackson. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down, looking for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Play action. Now Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out comes Houston. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no, but in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. And if you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Breaks a tackle now with Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
No hesitation. Goes right back to Likely. Down the sideline he goes. He may go.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. James Cook, a touchdown run in the victory. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these 2 teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's King. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And the Texans will take over.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that when we...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Adafe Owe collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Jackson, option right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Big strides, look at him go.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
King going to look to bring it out. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Houston's offense taking over again.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Now here's Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Robert Woods, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to your hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
He'll be hit down at the 43, 5 yards on the play.
No surprise to see him running again here. Is something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
And that ball popped free. We can hear John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that a good call by John Harbaugh in tossing out that red flag. On 2nd down, it's Hill.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Jackson to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. 1st down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the 1st down, but you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping. Maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now. They stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Stroud. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he probably has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Got his man. It's Woods.
Gets through, and now an opening. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Stroud to throw it.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Let
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is caught inside the 5. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And the Ravens taking the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Here's Jackson. Complete to Likely. Here comes second down at 5.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
And that will get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And the kick is good. He puts it through, and they are moving on to the AFC Championship game. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side. And now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, 1 game short of a conference championship. They'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.